What am I supposed to leave behind, eh? Thank you so much for joining us. We are continuing our verse-by-verse study in the Gospel of Matthew. We're in Matthew chapter 4, verses 21 and 22 today, which says, going on from there, he, Jesus, saw two brothers, James the son of Zebedee and John his brother, in the boat with Zebedee their father, mending their nets. He called them, and immediately they left the boat and their father and followed Jesus. There seems to be this leaving of stuff behind a lot of times with the call of Jesus. In the Gospel of John, we saw the Samaritan woman that Jesus met at the well. And Jesus talked to her. She left behind her water pitcher and went into the village and told everyone about who Jesus was. We see in Matthew Matthew the tax collector in several of the Gospels that he actually left behind his office, his tax booth, his job, his profession. He left it behind to follow Jesus. We see this other guy named blind Bartimaeus who left behind his cloak so that he could run and get to Jesus. So these guys, they're leaving behind business, they're leaving behind stuff, they're leaving behind family sometimes. So many times Jesus does ask us, or following him does involve leaving something behind. And it's always for something better, for the better call of Christ. It's not leaving behind a really good thing so that we can be punished. It's leaving something behind so that Jesus can bless us more. So you might be asking, what am I supposed to be leaving behind? Well, my encouragement to you today would be cry out to Jesus. Cry out to God. Ask him to search your heart. God, is there anything you want me to leave behind? Maybe you've been following him for a long time. Maybe you just now started following him. Either way, still cry out to him. God, is there anything at this point in my journey that you want me to leave behind? And be willing to give him everything. Maybe it's your sin he wants you to leave behind. Maybe it's your hopes, your dreams, your passions, your job, your education. Give him everything. Your possessions. Give him all of it. And let him do what he wants with it. Most of the things we give him, he's going to give right back to us. But sometimes he's going to tweak it a bit. I think of Matthew, the tax collector. He was given this job with a pen to write all this stuff down, this keeping ledgers and doing this tax stuff. Well, God asked him to put down his pen doing taxes and take up a pen to write down and record what Jesus did. And we have it in the Gospel of Matthew. So it changed, but it was still the same basic gifting. God wants to take your gifts, your possessions, your talents, your stuff, and he wants to use them for his glory. But we just need to be willing to give them back to him and to trust him. And I want to encourage you, cry out to God today. Trust him for what he wants to do in your life. I sure love you guys.